Mm. Ellen.
Hey, hello, Meike.
Hello.
Mm. 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 Mm.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, but yeah, I'm all right. This, I don't know what it is.
I know, you're all right. Yeah.
I'm all right. Body is just doing its thing, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a lot movement in the body. It's
Yeah.
really all, and it's happening a lot. This
Yeah.
reflex.
Okay. Mm.
But it's okay.
Yeah. Mm.
It's not that I'm not all right then, but it's mm, you know, I was this week by Isaac. I
Mm.
told you to get
Yes.
time, and there were some more friends also. I can see that there's a little bit confusion in my system,
Okay.
and I really was looking forward to connect with you.
Oh, how nice. Mm.
Because there happened so much in this retreat.
Oh, of course. Of course. With that many people, oh my gosh, there's every trauma you can imagine and every confusion and every clarity. I mean, just all of it is right there.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
And I also had a session with Caitlin.
Ah,
That was so beautiful.
oh, I can imagine.
It also touched a lot of information.
Yeah.
You can say like it felt like there was coming so much information towards my system. It was really like, wow. In so many different layers. You can see
Yes.
also about my relation with Hank, because Hank was also there.
Ah, yeah.
So in a way, I can see it felt, in a way, it felt unsafe for me, because
Okay.
the Sangha is really the last 2 years I've shared a lot in the Sangha, and it's very precious to me.
Yeah.
And then to see all the Sangha people was so beautiful, but at the same time, the friends were around, and Henk was around, and Martijn was there, and something felt in a way very unsafe in that.
Okay.
It's nice to speak with you, because then I maybe get it a little bit more clear. I can hear myself talking, what was happening.
Yeah. Just take a bit of time here, Ellen, because I can feel there's a lot of movement right now. So let's just go really slowly.
Okay.
Yeah. Just, we don't have to dig into anything, but just giving it a bit of time to settle. Let's say it like that. So it's been wonderful, and it's been also unsafe. There you go, see. So now we're kind of inviting the body to slowly catch up with all the information. Yeah, and it takes the opportunity immediately. And it's totally fine to speak. It's just sometimes,
Yeah, I know.
yeah. Good.
It's nice you say that, to slow down.
Bodies are always a bit slower, actually, huh? When there's so much information going, so, oh, wow. So
Yeah.
it does that. It really does that, actually. Need a bit of space. Whew. And then letting it slowly come through.
And also there was a big release when that time was going with me. And when he was sitting on the chair by Isaac, my whole body was just shaking so much. And
I can imagine.
it was really like a relief, like, oh, finally, something like that, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
But then the strange thing was that after the Sangha, after this week, it felt so different between us. It was like, in a way, it felt like there was really a distance between us.
Okay.
There is a little bit confusion about that, I can say.
Let's just see how that feels, where and how. See if it wants to move a bit, or if it likes to stay, if it likes our attention. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. So it likes to move.
there is confusion around that, you know. This is I really
Okay.
what
What's the confusion? Can you put it into words?
now maybe I had a kind of picture like, "Ooh, it's really cool." So
You've
of
got a
course
blanket or something?
comes out. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That if
So
he
go slow here. Go slow here. So there's a touch in the system.
yeah, I guess so. There was a kind of picture that if he comes with me, that it brings us more close or something.
Yeah. That's beautiful, isn't it? I mean, that's how mind works, huh?
Yeah.
And also, mind has an idea what close should look like or feel like. I mean, because, you know, just common sense in a way. Also from a time, as must have been huge to go to the retreat.
Yeah.
And, you know, see everyone, you know, just that field is so powerful. It is so powerful. And all the bits and pieces, everything that's flying around there. So his system also might have to digest, you know, it's been a lot for him too. And sometimes it's, you know, when there's, at least, you know, for me personally, when there's a lot of information, I need to retreat a bit. It's like, oh, okay, let's just see. And then at one point, I can come out again. So, gosh, there was just so much to digest, like you're doing right now. It's just a theory, but maybe for him too, you know? But you tell me, that just comes to mind. Because you are close. The two of you are so close. There's such a deep bond beyond all that, beyond all that other stuff. Isn't it? I mean, that's how it feels here.
Yeah, of course, we shared so much, and we went through such a big, how to say, travel, and holding each other so much in everything what happened.
Yeah.
And yeah. But it also feels a little bit like if this old form, you can say, of holding each other falls a little bit away or something.
Yeah, it's over. That is over. And then, you know, then you're kind of in that a little bit in between. Huh? It's like, what's next? What's next? What's next? Yeah. But I'm curious, you know, at least I'm just speaking from my own personal experience.
Yeah.
The bond with the other has always been untouched. You know, how it moves, that and how it shows in the world, that might come into a different flow, let's say it like that, you know, might feel differently, might move differently, but that deep connection with the other, that, just speaking from my own experience, has been untouched. So I'm curious how you experience that with my time. Mm.
Mm.
Mm. And it's just, you know, the question just does its thing. So doesn't need to come up with an answer. It's just, and just see what it does to that confusion you were speaking about before.
Yeah, it's just that so many things are touched, I guess, on such a deep level. Also, for here in my system, there was so much information. It was really like, it felt a little bit like my system was just drinking all this information in, also from Caitlin.
Yeah.
Phew.
Yeah. Yeah.
And from the past relating, I can say also the relating with Hank, how the relating was with Hank, there was so much information on everything.
So there again, you know, slowing it down. Makes sense, doesn't it? When there is so much information, it's like, okay, one by one, taking the time, one by, okay, not right now, this, okay, we're going with this.
Yeah.
So one by one, really slowing it down, Ellen. This is such a, it's such a capacity that we have to slow things down, and makes a huge difference. Not all at once. All at once creates overwhelm.
Don't hear you. I don't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Now I can hear you, but before
Yeah,
that.
now I can hear you too. Yes, now we came back. Good. So when there's so much information going on, coming towards you, and interesting information, you know, because it's really interesting, you really got to slow down. It's like taking one by one. Otherwise, yeah, exactly. Gives you immediately a breath. Otherwise, it will throw you into overwhelm and confusion. It's for all of us like that. Doesn't matter if, even if it's interesting information. Even if it's interesting information, oh gosh, but if it comes all at once, overwhelm. Don't know anymore where, what, how. So the slowing down is an amazing capacity we have. Yeah. So you go one by one. You can write it even down. You know, for some of us that helps. You know, put it on paper, and then you can even hook up. You know, just yes. Looked at this. It's actually a good idea. Maybe just making some points with Henk, with Martijn, with Sangha, with, you know, chair process. Go one by one. All the things that come to mind. Have a piece of paper in your pocket and a pen. So that it doesn't overwhelm you. Session with Caitlin, going through, yeah, there, and it will unfold.
Yeah. Also, when we, can I share something more?
Sure.
Also, when we went home, it was like there was happening so much in my body and in my system. It was one night we were driving in the night, And then Martijn was driving and I was laying in the back because we have a camper.
Mm.
And then my body was totally frozen. And it felt like I was laying in this ambulance.
Okay. Okay.
And they so this whole accident came back, and I was totally in panic
Yeah.
because, and they gave me all the shots so that I could not move with my body anymore. And this small organization, you can say, was so in panic because I didn't know what was going on, and sure, it was really like. So
Yeah.
also this information is coming now towards.
Yeah. I really recommend, if there is a good trauma person in Amsterdam, to do a few sessions around that. It would be, yes, because that really, I mean, it's so wonderful if you have guidance there. There are so many people now who do trauma work, because this is an actual, you know, something that really has happened to you in this lifetime, not long ago.
Yeah.
And you know, it needs to be slowed down, and it's so beautiful if you have somebody doing that with you. I would so recommend that. I mean, I don't know anymore the people in Holland, so I'm not really sure who there is, but you will find
Yeah,
somebody.
no. But there was then also a little bit confusion about that because, I don't remember anything. Yeah, now it's coming back. You can say
Yes,
like
yes,
what. And then there is a little bit confusion because of how to say that when you go there with your focus, you can say, it's. I'm just wondering, does it not feed the trauma around that? Something like that. Something
if
like.
you go there, yes. It's not necessary to go there.
Oh, yeah.
No, no, no. That's what, you know, somebody who has studied the somatic experiencing trauma work, they know that. They don't let you go there. It's that, you know, going backwards and forwards, but not into the trauma vortex. It's
Mhm.
just you touch and you come back, so that you don't lose yourself in that trauma vortex and
Mm.
re-traumatize yourself. So you stay regulated, so to say. So you're not going there. You come back into present moment again and again.
It also felt a little bit like, because now Tijn went with me and was sitting on the chair, so he's now, you can say, in the field. And now it feels a little bit like I can let it go, and there's space
Yeah.
for my own trauma, something like that.
Yes, exactly. You know, everything has its timing. It's very clear. It's not just done with 1 week or 1 month. These heavy traumas, and you have had a few in a row, that can take it takes a little bit of time, Ellen. And it's wonderful. You're on it. It's really wonderful. Just go so gently and slowly, really, especially when you're by yourself. You got to go very, very, very slowly.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm. It's good to hear this because that it's okay, that this is coming now.
Healthy. It's healthy. It comes when it can come, you
Yeah,
know, when there's space for it.
yeah.
Yeah, not one moment earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, Caitlin said it also to me, like there is still so much information in your body about this accident.
Of course. You didn't have much time when the next trauma came.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
And you were busy with that, you know. That took actually over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, you know, you've done already so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and now the
Mm.
accident trauma comes slowly. So I said, oh, okay, now it's time for me to come. Mm. Mm. Yeah. There might be more, you know. I'm always surprised with them. Man, where does it all come from? So, what? I thought I was gone through with this, and
Yeah.
gosh, nope, no. Always more to go, seemingly. Seems like that's our job,
Mm.
our main job, and then we have all the other stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. So it sounds very, very healthy.
Okay.
Mm. You just go gently and slowly. And, you know, I mean, right now it feels to me there is no confusion. I don't know how it is for you. No.
It's
Now you're
just
home again.
now it's more clear because we talk about it, and then
Yeah.
I, I guess it also had something to do like that I was a kind of confused if I'm still on the right track or something like.
Yeah. Yes. You are. You are totally on the right track. I mean, you know, don't believe me, but that's just how it seems here. It's just been a lot, Ellen. It's been a lot. Just those last few years of yours, what I have witnessed, it's been huge. It's been huge.
Uh,
Yeah. And you've not only been busy with your own system, you've been busy with other systems around you too.
mm,
Because your system is just so very generous. It wants everyone to be happy. So then it forgets itself a bit and goes and takes care over there.
mm,
Yeah, and now it's coming back to the Ellen system.
mm.
Mm.
Yeah. It's good to talk about it.
So good to talk about it. So I'm so grateful that you bring this. It's so good for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really for me too. I love these conversations. And then I love what comes through to be spoken. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, I'm speaking for myself too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm. And that stuff is also, you know, it's very, very, we are so lucky. It's very difficult to do that by yourself. I mean, you know, it's not that long that we even know about all the trauma. You know, now everybody, kind of the whole world knows about the trauma work and stuff, you know. But it's not since very long, you know. We're just
Mm.
starting, actually.
Mm.
We're also just starting really being gentle towards ourselves and
Mm.
slowing down. That's relatively new.
Mm.
And we need to support each other there. We
Mm.
need to have exchange so that we don't get confused, that it is all right the way it is. And
Mm.
confirm with each other, you know, just have that exchange, just to see, yeah, there's nothing wrong with me. And then speak again, you know, then speak again. Well, what about this? Or what about this? Mm. Oh, it's so beautiful to feel, huh? How it all softens and with the softening it slows down. It's kind of that sinking in and coming back home. Mm. Okay, like this?
Yeah, okay.
Mm. Thanks, Ellen. Monica. Moin.
Moin, Mike. Hello, everyone.
Mm. Sweet, sweet, sweet Monica system. Mm. 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 Just stroking every cell ever so gently. Ah. Mm. Mm.
It feels for me like there is so much on top,
Mm.
so much stuff, old things and new things, and it's not possible to feel to stay in the body
Mm. Mm.
because it's too much. So
Yeah. 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 Makes sense. I mean, it makes totally sense. If it's too much, you can't. And it's a little bit like, the conversation with Ellen, the slowing down, slowing down, slowing down. And then one by one by one. It's a huge job. It's, I know the words. It sounds so simple and easy, and it is simple and easy. And I know when there's the overwhelm, it seems like it's impossible. But we can do that now. And it has already slowed. Just in us being together, something has already slowed down. At least that's what I'm feeling.
Yes, a little bit is slowing down. I
Isn't
feel
it
it too.
amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is easier in a field like this. It's
Yes.
just, we're confirming it again and again and again. If we come together, it makes it easier. Yeah. Yeah, it looks so good on you, Monica. It's wonderful. It's immediately, yeah, recognized.
And I'm so grateful for this assistance.
Yeah, me too. And it's slowing more and more, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So you can see also your system knows those pathways of slowing down. It's quick. It's quick. Mm. And I also just like to acknowledge again your system. I mean, I've done it before, but I'd like to acknowledge again. It hasn't moved out once yet since we're together. At least it has not moved out
Yes.
once.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes, that's true.
It's, wow. That's amazing.
Mm.
Hmm. So something knows, by now something knows it's okay to stay here in our field. That's such a huge progress. I mean, I find that, you know, the intelligence of life, or whatever we want to call that, that's responsible for learning that it's possible. It is possible. With whatever trauma there has been, all the dissociation, and I mean, just all of it, whenever it had to move away because of overwhelm, that it is possible to give it an invitation to embody, to be here, to be all inclusive.
And there was the question, what can I do when I'm alone? It feels like I feel there is so much on top, and I would like to learn to, or I'm learning to feel in the body, and at the same time I can see it's not possible, and so it is like a fight, and contraction, and I don't know what to do.
Okay, so that went again. Now we're touching that part. That's all right. That's okay. That's okay. There's of course a total despair in that. I really don't know
what means that word?
Verzweiflung.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Of course. It so would like to do the right thing and it doesn't know how. So let's just put our arms around that. Something really doesn't, it so would love to know what to do and it doesn't know how to. Just, it's okay. Yes, it's okay. Maybe it's a young, very young aspect, that also doesn't, can't know yet, an aspect that needs a grown-up one that knows, that can show the way. So we're showing the way now. Yeah, see, there you go. We're showing the way. The way is okay. You don't need to know. Yeah. Look how quick you are. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Something that just, come. Oh, yeah.
Feels so good that you saw this part, that you invited this part, this little one. Yes.
Yeah, she came out so sweetly. She came out so sweet. I don't know what to do. Oh.
I didn't want it to be seen.
Yes. Excellent. That's all it wanted. Just is there anybody out there that sees? I don't know what to do. Yeah. 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 So simple, huh? So simple. and then responding immediately. Let's see, and or we're all here putting our arm around her, or it, whatever that is, and then she just melts into love. So there you can see again, you know, some of these aspects need another one, need us.
Yeah.
So practically, because, you know, maybe it doesn't come to your mind right then, but watch the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. When that comes to mind, or yeah, I don't know if maybe writing down the slowing down. Yeah. Or maybe reaching out to somebody that can hold your hand, just, you know, that can put the arm around that little one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again and again, Monica. It seems like, you know, in this world, that's what we have to do. The ones that have learned it. You know, we are the ones that have learned so much already and are still learning. So that's what we have to do. That's what we're here for. It's not only for ourselves, it's for everyone. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Judith.
Hey, Meike.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. Oh. There's a lot actually, but also want to be spoken.
Please.
There was a challenge for me during the retreat, which I actually consciously choose. And that was that Marta and I, for the first time, we tried to take a room together. We always have separate rooms in the session rooms. But because my sleep is going better in sleeping alone, that's I do have my supplements and all these things, but when I'm on my own, I sleep. So I thought, okay, this is perhaps nice. Then we have an own bathroom and we can share a room. Let's try it. But that became a huge challenge for the system. And I just went back in that old loop of staying alert, not being able to let go. And by that, a lot of bad nights and sleeping and activations of the whole system. And on top of that, slowly there came also the fear for the night. So it was like a accumulation in the bad direction. So, and also the fear, this is so a deep existential fear, like, now I will be exhausted again. now I can't function, now I will be in overwhelm, all those layers of existential fear, actually.
Mm.
And with that, I also brought this on a certain point to Isaac. But it was on a moment that the share was already busy and the whole field, everything was fine and beautiful and still. It was the first week. And I was sitting with so much despair and frustration.
Mm.
So on a certain point, I put my hand up for the share and I sat there and I was so deeply frustrated and telling to Isaac, how many more meetings, how many more retreats, how many more healings, how many more sessions, you know, I'm done with this. So I was quite fiery and fierce. And I just said, let me be the voice for despair, because here is despair. And then he said, Judith, you are identified. Now, I knew that myself. So somehow, and then he wanted to speak the story about the monks that are going to ask about how many times I will be enlightened, that story. You know that story. I know that story also.
Yeah.
So he started that story and I just said, stop, I don't need this story, because it doesn't felt totally not accurate to where I was. It was not about enlightenment. It was about how do I come out of suffering like that. So I didn't feel met at all. And on a certain point, yeah, you are identified and I could go. Thank you, Judith. Okay. And then the good advices later, I had a second session after everyone had been in the share. And then I went up again after a few days and I was present. So I was not that identified, I was here. And then I spoke again with him about the nights. And then actually again, I didn't felt met. Then he said, yeah, you just had to stay in the night with what you love the most. But the point is that that can't happen for me in the night. It feels as if the heart can't carry me through the night. So somehow, and then this alertness takes over. Or I wake up with a strong activation in the body. So all the things what I know in a sense already doesn't seem to work there. So I was sitting there and I think, yeah, this doesn't make sense for me. I don't feel met where I actually would love to be met. And then what happened is that Sylvie came in and she was afraid to speak. She said, shall I not? But she has this clear seeing from her third eye. And she said, Judith, what I see is that you move out very far in the night and that you don't want to be here. And it moves out so far that the body is actually more like empty. And she said, and I see a blockage there. And somehow that made sense, although it is unconscious for me, especially because I know it from the past how much my body was easily moving out. But I feel in daily life way much more embodied in the body. So, but something what she spoke touches. I said, this is something which is really interesting for me. And after having heard that night, I slept. It was quite amazing. And then the other nights it was different again. But this actually is the key point that I would like to bring in here, to see from, hey, that part she said you move to such a high frequency and you are just gone. And I would love that I could stay during the night more closely to the body. And because of this despair and everything, I could do a session with Caitlin. And she actually invited me to be very, work with this idea of essence and heart and body are always together. They are always together. And take that with you also in the night. It's together in the night, it's together in daytime. When you walk, when you move, when you don't move, it's always together. So, and somehow I try to do this also in the night to remind me that when I go to bed, we stay together. And this is a practice, she said, you had to be fierce about this. You had to practice this. But it is when I sleep together with Maarten, I still feel that it is more difficult. And since we are at home and I lay down in my bed, my own bed, in my own room, I slept now for 3 nights on a row. So
fantastic.
That is what I know. But the point is that I would love to have freedom in this, that I can sleep with Maarten if I want, but that I can also sleep when I'm alone, but that I have the free choice in this. Now, and there is, yeah. What also came up during this time again, that I actually felt now how traumatic it has been for me all those years that I needed to deal with this sleeping pattern. That it really was afraid, oh, not again, this tragic. So.
What a gift. Sounds actually like a wonderful gift.
I don't know. I really would not call it a gift.
I know, it's kind of, for me, it's always, I love to take everything as an opportunity. And I mean, and just the way somehow you did take it as an opportunity, the whole thing, and received a gift. I mean, that's just from where I'm looking. That's fantastic. And, you know, it is practicing. It is, you know, if what Sylvie pointed at, you know, if that makes sense to your system, and that's what's happening at night, that there is just a distance between body and, call it your soul or truth or source, essence, or whatever that is.
Spirit, whatever,
Whatever that is, the body freaks out.
yeah, and that's
Body
what
does not like it.
that's actually
So,
what was that became so clear. And
yeah.
Caitlin
It-
actually also said it makes sense in your history that this
yes,
happens.
it does. Yes.
So that those two that gave more this quality of compassion, then
Yeah.
then the sentence like oh I did it wrong again, and for me it doesn't work, all those things. But then
That's the
also,
gift.
yeah, you see, and
That's
then
the gift.
but now how how can it really come more together, you know, how
It's
how
just
eh,
that
how
question. That question
how
is another gift. That question is another gift. It's like
because I
not
would
really
love
knowing. Yeah,
I would
not really
love
knowing. Yes, staying in the not knowing. Staying in the not knowing, and that prayer and that wish. It's like, how can that come together? And it came a few times together because you said that night you slept.
yeah
So now it's like the practice is, as far as I can see, to be that gentle, staying in the not knowing, and at the same time being curious. You know, it's like,
yeah
how? I don't really know how, but something has responded already.
yeah
So let's see. Let's see. And then, you know, at first it makes sense to do that by yourself, Judith.
mhm,
It's like, you know, you're not going, when you start running or what, you're not going immediately into a race. You're not. It's like at
yeah
first you've got to really figure it out for your own personal system, how to do it. And then you make an experiment. And it's like, okay, maybe half an hour sleeping next to Martin.
but yeah
No. Maybe half an hour, maybe an hour, or, you know, just giving the system all the space. No, this was too much. Going back into your own bedroom.
and I'm actually also a bit surprised that when I lay with Martin that it stays so alert, that it's somehow
Yes, that's what it has learned. You
yeah
know, who knows why, who knows?
Yeah.
There again, putting your arm around that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's definitely a survival mechanism. Definitely a survival mechanism. Doesn't have anything to do with you, and also not with Martin.
yeah
Yeah. Your bond, there is such a clear bond. And you know, that's why you can explore all this. That's, you know,
yeah
so there is nothing wrong. There's just something had to wire itself a certain way. And now there's a curiosity. It's like, wow, you know, and a little piece filled in space, you know, like
yeah
if there was a fragmentation and wow, there was just some light coming in.
yeah
So now it's like, oh, the light is getting bigger. You know, it's like
yeah
slowly in its own timing.
mm.
Yes.
And I'm
And it has
already
already,
happy. Sorry.
yeah, and it has already gone. It has already shown, it knows already the pathway
Mm.
because you slept after that was said.
Yeah, it was
It
amazing.
was like, oh, wow. Yeah. So it knows that pathway. Now it's like making that pathway bigger in the most gentlest way.
I need to add something because it was so strange that night that I slept. There has been a thunderstorm, rain. I have always already also the snoring of Maarten, and the clocks, the bells of the church
Yeah,
are
it was the
always
church.
ringing at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And that
And you
night,
did it.
I haven't heard anything. Well, I hear everything. I haven't heard anything that night.
So
It was that
far
after
out.
that was gone again, but that night I had,
Far out.
yeah.
Yeah. So
amazing.
something has listened and something has already walked the pathway now.
Mm.
Now it's just kind of making it bigger, but slowly and gently, as slowly and gently as possible. It's nearly like a premature baby that does not really know yet how to digest everything. It needs to go very, very slowly. Yeah, that touched.
That makes sense, huh? That
yes, you know, you can't.
That is again where somehow it is there.
Yeah. Can't just put the milk in, you know, it needs to first learn how to digest it. And, you know, it's all brand new. It's all brand new. So you go very, very gently and slowly. Yeah. With so much love and patience. Yeah. Yes. I know it's, if you have to do it by yourself, it is huge, but look how much you have learned already, how much has unfolded in the most beautiful way, Judith. Yeah. Yeah.
I also said in my anger towards Isaac, don't tell me to be patient.
Yeah, I know, I'm telling you too.
Enough patience.
Mhm.
But there is no other way. So
How
that's
wonderful
so
that all of it could be expressed and you're receiving the gift. I mean, for me, it's been an opportunity, or every little piece you exchange with Isaac, then Sylvie coming in the way she comes in, then the night with the storm, the snoring and the storm, all of it. And then now the beautiful prayer in a way. How can I bring it all together? How? So that it can stay here. Oh, it's beautiful.
Day and night, and needs one or the other, you know.
Yeah.
Like hell in the night and heaven in the day. You know, it's just one.
It's also a joke in a certain way. I mean, I do understand, but it's also a joke in a way to have an idea that it can always be wonderful.
Yeah, that can't. That's no. But the contrast is a little bit strange. It's a huge contrast between the nights and the days, and even the days are not always heaven, of course, but it's more the contrast to show.
Yeah, I hear you.
I need to go slow.
Yeah.
And actually, what the good thing is that I experience now after sleeping alone, it goes well. That's actually also, that's already really wonderful.
And staying with the exploration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every night you go to bed, you do what you do.
First, together.
Yes.
We do stay together.
Yes.
Together is the word. Together.
And just feel what you feel when you do that.
Yeah. And
yes.
Gives me a smile.
Exactly.
Yeah. Stays together.
Mm-hmm.
And a breath.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wishing you a good night's sleep. I know it's morning over there, but when the night comes, sleep well.
And the tryouts with Maarten. I will try out a few nights here, and then I try again with
Yeah.
him, and then back here and then there.
And
So
you can
that's-
always go, you know, also, I'm pretty sure he's easy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Meike.
Oh, thanks for
Lovely.
sharing.
Yeah, lovely to share. Thank you all for hearing it again. Somewhere new to it. I've heard it already, the whole story. Thank you
No,
all.
it's always nice to also share the gifts, you know.
Yeah.
It's quite the story, but you shared also the gifts.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Thank you. Bye.
Esther. Thank you. Luciano. That sweet surrender. I just feel it. It's just so beautiful. Oh, wow. So soft, huh? That's how it feels there. So soft. Something so, so fine and soft and tender. Yeah, the best word comes, sweet surrender. There's no agenda. It's just here-ness that is willing to move wherever it needs to be moved. Mhm. That's how it feels here. Mhm. I think you have to unmute yourself. It's very sweet when your lips are moving, but I can't hear a sound. Let's see if we can have some sound with those moving lips. There. Ah.
Yeah, it's very sweet, very soft and sweet, and you know, the expression that's seen here at a very subtle level is like parchment paper that had parchment paper.
What's that?
It's paper that's been mashed up and all wet and then flattened out, and it's soft and very yeah,
Okay.
it's like that. And if the feeling of that, which is very soft and vulnerable and raw and reinvented yet clear, at some point there were words written on there
Oh.
that weren't that weren't my words. There was impressions from somewhere else.
Oh gosh, yes.
And the expression, the feeling is like, it can be rubbed out or, whatever, but the words are just falling off the paper. The letters are falling off the paper. Leaving that.
I like that. Beautiful.
Nothing to say, nothing to be imprinted, nothing to be expressed. Just it's being shown, it's being reflected back so beautifully. Without any It's just, you know, all that other stuff is just life, living itself, you know. Yeah.
Empty, huh?
Yeah, empty, empty. Yeah,
Empty.
yeah.
Very empty in a certain way. And I'm
Yeah.
not making it bad. I'm not.
No. All those the patterns and everything, it's all still there.
Doesn't really have meaning.
No, no, because no.
No, it's just that. How did you call that paper?
Parchment paper.
Parchment paper. Mm.
Mm.
Do you have paper bark trees in Western Australia?
Yeah, they're not
It's a
very
bit like
far
that,
from here.
huh?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
clear and
Oh.
there's nothing written on it apart from
No.
being its own creation. It's
Yeah.
it's so tricky. It can be, it can be so.
Yeah, but it's clear at the same time.
It's clear. It is clear. It is. The experience here is it's so painful when it loses it doesn't lose itself, but the attention goes into life and life demands so much because it's so willing to give itself. You know, it's almost like the sacrificial lamb, you know, you give yourself to your dead, you know, it's like that concept of sacrifice and give and give and give. And in the end, it's like the system is screaming for just quietness and coming back to this, you know, everyone's throwing all the words on there and demands and life is written, you know, it's all typed down on this paper and it's like,
Wow.
yeah. So intense. It's
Highly
my
intense.
and the work, you know, I guess I've found myself in environments that is intense and that's, you know.
Mm. And then you find yourself in an environment where all the letters just fall off.
Just fall away, yeah. All those demands and or just wash or just, yeah, they just melt off the parchment paper. And here's the canvas once
Yes.
again.
Yeah.
Fresh. Yeah.
Blank.
Yeah. Meeting the beloved once again. It's just so sweet.
Absolutely. Yes. Nothing in between. Mm. Oh. Mm.
Yeah. And yet it's still willing for another story to be written on it. You know, there's still open to have another story written.
Yeah.
And you know,
And why not?
and,
no?
and why not? Yeah, and each
Why not?
story leaves a little color, you know, something enriches it, doesn't it? It enriches the canvas a little more.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also, I mean, there again we go in a way, that's just what life does. Huh? That's just what movement does, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It just writes itself, and with all its colors and all its facets and all its different faces, and that's just what it does constantly. I mean, in a way, it's all there at the same time. Huh? Now we're just tapping into that, wow,
Yeah,
surrender, or that where the seeing is so clear that there's
yeah,
into what's going on. And then it taps into a different realm again, and
yeah,
but this is always undisturbed. That's just so, I mean, that's just so wonderful when we are at this place.
yeah. Yeah.
And then it starts writing again. It's also not really, I mean, you know, who or what is responsible for that, huh? When you look from here.
Yeah. This is Ganesh.
It's Ganesh. Yeah, that's good.
You're like, it's Ganesh, right?
Yes.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody figured that out, you know.
Yeah, somebody gave
It's
it a
so
name
nice.
and a form and some, you know, something to.
Set up around it, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
sense, and then we pass it on.
yeah,
Yeah. So that we don't forget this.
yeah.
It is, I mean, yeah. It is an absolute miracle, isn't it?
Yeah. Each culture, each life, you know, different realms of time. The Egyptians called it the ibis that did it, and here we are just seeing it for what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So many different descriptions.
Yeah,
So many
veils.
different
Yeah, veils of history just falling down.
all those letters,
All those books,
all those books,
all those
all,
volumes.
all talking about the same in a certain way.
Brings tears. You know, just
The sweetest tears ever, even that, huh? That these, how does it do that? It touches
yeah,
itself so deeply, and then
yeah.
flows out of our eyes and everywhere. Oh. Mm. also the preciousness of how how everything is included.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a willingness for that. And yet there's no need for how.
Mm. Mm.
It just, it knows, this knows how. The how comes with the surrendering of each breath and moment and concept. And it embraces itself in it all.
Yes.
In the totality of it all.
Mm.
This is a very, it's different. It's different. You know,
Isn't that
it's
also so amazing? You know, like I or the identity
yeah.
has an idea of experiences that it has had and measures in a certain way. Huh?
Yes. And yeah. It doesn't take form in an idea or a concept or a modality.
Yes, exactly.
It does. Yeah. Woo. And it's it says meet me everywhere and meet me here.
Yes.
Meet here and and that brings more tears to me, it wells in more love, more, how much wave after wave it can give to itself and of itself.
Poetry. Sylvie.
Hi, Meike.
Hello.
Hello. What are you feeling?
What I'm feeling?
Yeah.
What am I feeling? Content, here, present. All is well. Flow, love. Oh, just that all is well. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else than here. gratitude. Gratitude for this field, for being with my beloveds. So that's, in short.
Short version.
It was the short version.
Did Isaac arrive home safely yet?
Yeah, he's in America. He's not
Oh,
at home.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, he arrived. He arrived at his daughter's
Oh.
a few days ago. Yeah. All is well.
Oh,
Yes.
good to hear.
He's with his daughter and granddaughter.
Oh, good to hear. And he had no blackouts?
Not that he knows of.
Okay. Okay.
No, yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. No blackouts. And so he
Okay.
didn't fall, so
Yeah. Okay.
all is well. Thanks for
Oh,
asking.
yeah, good to hear. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. It was very nice how he was looked after at the retreat. That's
Hmm.
He's missing that a bit, I guess. I don't know if he's missing it, but it's different where he's now, it was just very uncomplicated. There was
Yeah.
so much support at the retreat.
Uh-huh.
That he always had somebody on his arm, which made
Hmm.
it really nice, very easy
Yeah.
for him to get around.
Hmm.
Now he has to walk stairs and it's quite tight there, and
Oh.
so there's nobody who gives him an arm in a way, so he's not asking, I guess, but he says it's also too tight.
Yeah.
Anyway, a few more days, and then he's going to Maui to be with his son who just had the twins.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Mm.
so he's traveling around the world.
Family meeting with the children who have children, so seeing
Oh,
grandchildren. Yeah.
nice.
Mm.
Yeah.
And how's your baby growing?
Yeah, growing really fast. And Saturday morning, we will hear if it's a boy or a girl. So,
Oh, far out. Mm.
yeah.
It's going well.
Yeah, very well. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you.
Mm.
And I also wanted to mention that I have so much respect for that every frequency is welcome in this field. It feels so precious, and yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm. Every time something is excluded, there's war, isn't it?
yeah,
Mm. Mm. Yeah. We are so lucky in our field here. We are so lucky.
yeah,
Yeah. Everything that wants to be with us is welcome.
yeah.
your system also feels very quiet, Zoe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, good to hear.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I also, a pregnant body feels differently than a not pregnant body. So maybe
Yeah.
it's that, but it's, wow, it's just very nice to feel.
Oh, thank you.
Mm.
Yeah, very grateful for what you do, and Isaac and Caitlin and
Mm. And
yeah.
you, and everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thanks for hosting us
Yeah,
tonight.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, we already, time is up. Just good that I had a look. I would have gone till tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you all for being in my life. Beautiful souls, beautiful beings. Love and peace. And ciao. Ciao, beloveds.